Okay, this is Dave Steckenschneider, and I am going to make lox. As you can see, I have my ingredients available. I have kosher salt. I have sugar, 1 cup of each. I have a shot of vodka. I have 2 pounds, a little over actually, but of Atlantic farm-raised salmon. I've tried the coho, I've tried the chinook, tried a lot of the different salmon, and I find that this is the best. So that's what it looks like, and this is my drying station. So what I'm going to do is wash off the salmon really well in cold water. So if you'll wait just a second, I'll let you see that. So I'm taking the 2 fillets and I am washing them with cold water. This is just fat. You can have that trimmed off or you can leave it there. It will shrink up and you'll be able to cut that and still have salmon, or I'm sorry, lox for that. So just wash off all the skin and the fleshy part, and then I put it over on my drying towel. Just a moment. Here's my second piece. As you can see, there's a little piece of skin on there. So I'm washing that off really well. And if this fat wants to come off, that's fine too. If it doesn't, well, just leave it on there. When we get finished curing it, it will come off very easily. Okay, and then I put this over on my drying towel. Okay, so I've washed it all off with cold water. Then I put it on paper towels to blot it out so that it's not wet. And we are going to dry this out, but you'll be amazed at how much water comes out of the salmon as it cures. So those are 2 salmon fillets. And that's the way I'm going to put them into the plastic wrap, so that the big part is down on here and that's on there. Does that make sense? Because that's going to make it nice and flat, and we'll be able to do that. If you hear my parrot in the background, I'm glad for you. So hold on. Okay, so now that we've got all that, I now have my plastic wrap. You can use cling wrap, whatever you want to use. But this is what we're going to wrap our salmon in. And I like to do this. I found this the last time I was doing this, is I put my cup of sugar in there. And I put my cup of salt in there. Then I hold it up really well. I'm sorry, I fold it up really well. I cap it very well, whatever. And then I shake it. So this mixes up the sugar and the salt. Once you have that all nicely mixed, Then you take your dish. I like to use glass. I wouldn't use metal, but glass is fine. And my plastic wrap. And then I have my extra special mixed up sugar and salt. And I just put a layer down on the plastic wrap. Then take my first piece of salmon. I'm going to take this piece because it's bigger. Take my first piece of salmon and I lay it right on top of it. Here's where you take your vodka. This is optional. I don't know that it lends all that much to it, but that's the way I do it. So I pour 1 shot of vodka over that, and then I take the rest of my salt and sugar and put it over the top. Now the tricky part, I'll hold this, the second piece of salmon, and I put the sugar and salt mixture so that it's covered. And then, like I said, I put the meaty part on the belly part and the belly part on the meaty part, so that way it's nice and flat. And then, dun 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 dun, you take everything else that you have left in here and you put it over that. Try to get the sides. So that's 2 cups, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of salt, and vodka. And then you take this and you wrap it, leaving the edges open so that you'll be amazed at the amount of water that comes out of this, or liquid. I guess it's water. So that's all nice and done. Okay, and now that's it. So what I have to do now is put this in the refrigerator for 2 days. It's 2 days in the refrigerator. I'll take it out on the second day and I'll turn it over, so upside down, basically take it out of this. This will be all full of water. I'll leave the water in there, pull it out, turn it around, and put it back in there for 1 more day. So I will see you for part 2 in 2 days. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in a couple days. Thank you. Hello, ladies, gents, and all those folks out there. It's 48 hours later. So I've removed it from the refrigerator, and I have it sitting right here, as you can see. The next item is to take this gently. You can see all the water that has come out of it, and we just turn it over like so, and we'll stick it back in the oven. I'm sorry, we'll stick it back in the refrigerator for another 24 hours, and then it will be lox. So this is day 2. Actually, it's day 2 of the process, and it's 48 hours. So I've turned it over. Now it will cook for another day in the refrigerator, and then it will be lox. Okay, see you in another day. Thank you. Okay, here we are, day 3. Got this out of the refrigerator. As you can see, it is now turned to Lox. And all we do is wash off all of the salt and sugar. That will come off easily with a knife. You can see I can almost break it off there. And then I will put this on a paper towel to blot it. You see, I got to have my preparation ready. And then I take out this one. And voila, 'tis Lox. Now after you dry it off, pat it down. You can see that it's Lox. So we will now slice it. And then we'll have even better Lox because it melts in your mouth. It is so good. Okay, so that's the process. 3 days. Thanks so much. See you next time. If you happen to have one of these handy dandy spiffy diffy air taker out of the machiners, I think they're called Food Savers. That is the best way to freeze them, we found. So, all sealed up, vacuum packed. That is the best way to have them frozen, and they'll stay in the refrigerator for, we've had them up to 6 months, and then taking it out and leave it in the refrigerator overnight for it to thaw out, and next morning when you wake up, toast the bagels, put a little cream cheese, you got it made. Thanks again.